Welcome Arithmetic Ninjas to dividing a 3 or a 4-digit number using a bus shelter. Now there is a slight mistake in the title here. It shouldn't say no final remainders. It should say with final remainders. So we're going to have a look at what happens if there is a remainder. So here we go. We've got 146 divided by 3. We've got 296 divided by 3. So let's write these out again so we've got a bit more space. We've got 743 divided by 5. We've got 269 divided by 2. And we've got 5,464 divided by 6. So let's go back to question 1 and see what happens. So, question 1. How many 3's will squeeze into 1? Well, 3 is bigger than 1, so 3 will not squeeze into 1 at all. So we go 0 at the top. But because 3 wouldn't go into the 1, we haven't really used the 1 yet. So we carry the 1 across to make 14. 3's into 14 goes 4 times, that's 12, with 2 left over. 3's into 26. Well, 8 3's, 8 times 3 is 24. So that leaves a remainder of 2. So the remainder of 2 we're going to write there, but we need to turn the remainder into a fraction. So the 2 would also be divided by this 3 here, because we're divided by 3. So that becomes 2 divided by 3, or in other words, 2/3. So your final answer to that one is 48 2/3. Question number 2. How many 3's into 2? 3 won't go into 2 because 3 is bigger than 2, so 0 up the top. But we haven't really used the 2 yet, so carry the 2 to make 29. 3's into 29, well, 9 3's are 27, with 2 left over to make 26. 3's into 26 goes 8 times, but 8 times 3 is 24. So that leaves 2 left over. There's a remainder of 2. So the remainder of 2, again, we're dividing by 3, so that remainder is also divided by 3. So the final answer is 98 2/3 this time. Question number 12. 5's into 7 goes once, but with 2 left over. Carry the 2 to make 24. 5's into 24 goes 4 times, that's 20, with 4 left over. And 5's into 43, well, 8 5's are 40, which leaves a remainder of 3 to make 43. So your 3 is your remainder, but because you're divided by 5, the 3 is also divided by 5. So that gives you a final answer of 148 3/5. Question number 14. 2's into 2 goes once. 2's into 6 goes 3 times. This one looks easy so far. 2's into 9 goes 4 times. That's 8 because 2 times 4 is 8. But you've got a remainder of 1 to get you up to 9. So you write that remainder of 1 and that becomes the top of your fraction. And because you're dividing by 2, you're also dividing that remainder by 2. So your final answer is 134 1/2. Final question. 6's into 5 won't go because 6 is bigger than 5, but you haven't really used the 5 yet, so you carry the 5 to make 54. 6's into 54 goes exactly 9 times. 6 9's are 54. 6's into 6 goes once, and 6's into 4 won't go because 6 is bigger than 4, so you put 0 at the top because it won't go, but you haven't really used that 4, so you can't just ignore it. You haven't used the 4. So your 4 is actually what's left over. So it's remainder 4, but because we are dividing by 6, that 4 would also be divided by 6. So your final answer is 910 4/6. But 4/6 could be simplified. So you could write 910 2/3 instead, because 4/6 and 2/3 are equivalent fractions. So just remember, when you get a remainder, you turn the remainder into a fraction by dividing it by whatever number you're dividing the whole thing by. Now it's your turn. We've tried questions 1, 2, 12, 14 and 17. Now it's your turn. Good luck.